Good morning, student. Once again, we are here with the Political Science Chapter 3 of Class 10 Democracy and Diversity. I hope till now you would have understood what the democracy means and how the democracy helps to accommodate the different diversities which are found in the different countries. So here till now we have understood that the democracy helps to accommodate the social diversity. So that is the reason that the democracy is being largely accepted by most of the countries of the world, as this gives the equality, the satisfaction, and moreover the belief on the government increased by the democratic form of the government. It enhances the equality, and this equality enhances the belief on the government that we are not being discriminated on any of the aspects in or within the country. Now here we will start with the next topic, that is overlapping and cross-cutting difference. Social division takes when some social differences overlaps with each other differences. Social division occur when one kind of social difference becomes more important than the other and people start feeling that they belong to different communities. So here we must know what the overlap means. The social difference overlaps. How? Let us take one example. There are two people or two group of people. One is rich and the second group is of poor. So here it clearly sees that the rich people overlaps on poor people, right? So this is called overlaps. So the social division occurs when one kind of social difference becomes more important than the other kind. This is the simple example that there are two groups of people and one is empowered or they are being faced or they are being given more importance than the other group. So this division calls overlaps. The differences between blacks and whites in US because the blacks were poor and homeless and discriminated. Here you can clearly see the overlap because blacks were overlapped by the whites, and importance is given because here you can clearly see the discrimination between whites and blacks, and whites are being termed as the higher group, so they are actually overlapping the black peoples. So the black peoples were being found poor, homeless and discriminated. In our country, Dalits tend to be poor and landless, so they face discrimination and injustice. Overlapping social differences create possibility of deep social divisions and tensions. Yes, this kind of disputes, this kind of overlap sometimes creates a dispute among the people, the two group of people, because the dissatisfaction arises and they will tend to be overlapped on the weaker group. So this is called the overlapping. Overlapping, as the word itself is saying, that the one on another, right? So this increases the discrimination and injustice among the people who are being overlapped by some other group, the higher groups. The next topic is cross-cutting social differences. It means that the group that share common interest on one issue is likely to be different sides on different issue. Means the people who are from same group are sharing the same common interest. It does not mean that they will go or they will move on for the same issues, but it is fine that we can see that there are some issues on which the common people, the common people who are having the same interest may have different issues. Cross-cutting social difference are easier to accommodate. Why the social differences are being easier to accommodate? Because for example, there are two groups. One group, again we will take the simple example, the one group is having 50% of poor people and 50% of rich people, and another group is also having the same. So it is clearly seen that they are being different. How different? That they are having the same category, means they are not being they are clearly being cross cut from one group to another, because they are having the same structure, 50% rich and 50% poor people. And in the same second group also we find that 50% of the poor and 50% are rich people. So here you can easily see the cross cut. Cross cut means एकदम से उनको अलग करने का हमारे पास कुछ ना कुछ, whatever the criteria will be, it is easily accessible. Here we have taken an example. Northern Ireland and Netherlands both are predominantly Christian. Both are Christian but divided between Catholics and Protestants. Yes, here you can see that both we are having Christians, but they are clearly being cross cut on the basis of their two beliefs, that is one are of Catholics and the second one is of Protestants. Here you can clearly see that in Netherlands, class and religion tend to cut cross each other. Here on the basis of their classes and their religion, they are being cross cutting each other. Catholics and Protestants are about likely rich and poor. They never had conflict in Netherlands, but the Catholics and Protestants are not having any sort of conflicts because they are about to likely either they are rich or they are poor. Shall we move further? So here you can see that in the Northern Ireland, class and religion overlap each other, and if you are Catholic, you are also more likely to be poor and you may have suffered a history of discrimination. If you are Catholic, so you have gone through a discrimination in the past history. The result is that Catholics and Protestants have led conflict in Northern Ireland. So on the basis of their cross cutting, they might have faces the differences, and the result is that the Catholics and Protestants have conflict in Northern Ireland. So here you can easily see that how they are going with the overlap and cross cutting. In cross cutting you can easily see the difference, that how they are being differ from one and another, right? So shall we move further? The question arises is, do the social division in a country depends on its size? The social division, one kind or other, exists in most of the countries. Everyone knows that everywhere in the world we have social divisions. So here we are taking two examples. India is a vast country with many communities. Belgium is a small country with many communities. Same here. India is a vast country and Belgium is a small, but both the common is that they both are having many communities. In some countries, migrants bring their own culture and tend from a different society. Here the question arises is how they are being different from one and another. So in some countries, when the migrate come from some other countries, so obviously they will bring their own culture and their beliefs. Are they going to mix up with those? If I am going to some other country, is I am going to accept or adopt their beliefs? No, I will go along with my beliefs, right? So whomsoever the migrants are there from other part of the country, or they are moving from our country to some other country, they will go along with their own culture, their own beliefs. So they tend to be different from that society. In this sense, most countries of the world are multicultural. So if we look onto the whole world, we will find the multicultural adopted peoples with the multicultural beliefs. Their cultures are different. Now here comes what the political and social divisions are. The combination of politics and social division is very dangerous and explosive. Democracy involves competition among various political parties that try to divide the society. Obviously, you might have seen many times when the politician is coming for the voting, what they are doing, they are creating the competition. How they are creating? They are creating the competition on the basis of the social division they are seeing in the society. जो जहाँ पे जिस तरीके की सोसाइटी में they are going, they start talking about the facts, about the beliefs of those people who are residing on that particular area. Why they are doing so? That is the only one aim, to bring themselves in power. They want to be in power, and for that they want the votes. So what they do, they always go and talk about the interest of that particular society. So these politicians, the political groups, they increase the social division. Sometimes it is very dangerous for the people. It makes social division into political division and leads to conflicts and violence or even disintegration of the country. When we increase these kind of divisions, what will happen? It results the conflicts, the violence among the people, the disintegration in the country. So it is not good for the society. It is not good for the people. It is not good for the growth of the country. So we have to look into that these social divisions should not be enhanced by the political parties in any of the senses. Political and social division. Northern Ireland, its population is divided into two major sections of Christianity. 53% are Protestants, were represented by Unionists who wanted to remain with UK, which was predominantly Protestant country. 44% Roman Catholics were represented by the nationalist parties who demanded the Northern Ireland be unified with the Republic Ireland, a predominantly a Catholic country. Yes, 53% of the Protestants were represented as a unionist and they want to remain in UK, and they were the predominant Protestants of the country, whereas 44% Roman Catholics were represented by the Nationalist Party and they demanded Northern Ireland be unified with the Republic Ireland, predominantly a Catholic country. So here you can see the political and the social division, how they are affecting each other. Let's move further. Hundreds of civilians, militants and security forces were killed in the fight between Unionists and Nationalists. They both had a fight. Both the groups are having a fight, and many of the people and the forces were killed. It was only in 1998 that the UK government and the Nationalists reached a peace treaty. They signed a peace treaty in 1998 and suspended the armed struggle, and they stopped the war. But in some countries, the political competition along religious and ethnic may lead to disintegration. Example, Yugoslavia divided into 6 independent states. Only here you can easily, in a simple term, you can say that the Yugoslavia was divided into 6 independent countries only because of these issues. So here you can see that if a country is being divided into 6 independent countries, how harmful is the social division and the political division is. So here you can say that the political and social division is not good for the growth of a country. We must not go with that. Every expression of social division in politics does not lead to disaster. we can say that it does not mean every time it happens in the same way. Maybe it does not. Social division, one kind or another, exists in most countries of the world. Social division is found in many of the countries. Social division affects the voting in most countries. In most of the countries where we have social divisions and they have to elect their representatives by voting, these social division directly or indirectly affects the voting by those peoples, because their perceptions change as per the divisions they are seeing. So how people tend to prefer some party more than others, means one party is being preferred on the other. In many countries there are parties that focus only on one community. There are some countries who are focusing on only one community. If they are focusing on one community, so obviously they will get the maximum number of votes from that particular community whom they are giving the support, whom they are focusing. This not led to disintegration of the country. So I hope you understood the topic here. So we will come again with the next topic. I hope there is no confusion here. Bye and have a nice day. We will come with another topic in the next video. Thank you.